Gary gets set up there. Ready, Gary? Okay, let's call this meeting to order, if we could, please. First order of business would normally be the minutes, but we just received those yesterday. If it's okay with the court, I'll pass on those and take those up at the next meeting. Next would be the bills list and transfers and additional bills list. You might know that the Mago's got a bill in there for the Civic Center resurfacing and striping that we did about a month and a half ago. That's on the list, and I think there's one blacktop, pretty significant blacktop on Gibbs Lane. I did not see anything else that would draw any fire. Did you, Rhonda, see anything that? Just remind the court that any of those bills that come through that you guys see, normally we would have seen them 3 or 4 weeks ago sometime with a purchase order. So anything over $150 I have to initial, or around the initial, but normally I would do that. And so the bills are, it's a pretty good system. The auditors seem to like it, and your administrative code calls for it.
I'll make a motion to pay the bills as presented.
Got a motion from Bernard Ice to pay the bills as presented, second by Jerry Hahn. Any further discussion? All approved, say aye. Aye. Disapprove? The motion will carry. Okay, next would be zoning map amendment number 2486A1 to I-1M Moderate Impact District, Marion Bischoff applicant owner, Trademark Excavating Company, co-applicant, 5.10 acres on Double Springs Road. The Planning Commission made no formal recommendation on this. There's a couple of procedure things that we need to deal with today. Call Matthew to illustrate those.
Be happy to. Thanks, Judge. All right, fellas, this came to you without a recommendation from Planning and Zoning, so it's going to be up to you to actually make the decision. You're not reviewing what Planning and Zoning did. You're actually just reviewing the evidence that they had at the hearing and making your own decision. So initially what we need to do, and if, Judge, I don't mean to overstep my bounds, but if there was a motion to simply adopt the evidence that was adduced at the hearing, at the Planning and Zoning hearing that's already been held on this, that will be the record from which you make a decision. So is there anyone who would make a motion to adopt that?
The floor is open for a motion to that effect.
The motion is to adopt the testimony?
Correct. The testimony and all the evidence.
All the evidence.
Okay. I'll make the motion to adopt the testimony and evidence presented at the hearing.
Motion's been made by Sam Hutchins, second by Jerry Hahn. Any further discussion, questions? All approved, say aye. Aye. Disapproved? The motion will carry.
All right, so we'll introduce that as the information upon which you will make your recommendation or your decision. Secondly, there was a slight procedural anomaly simply because there was this thing got tabled and then pushed to a different day. Recommendations have to be made within a 60-day time period, and it's arguable that this particular one wasn't. The applicants in this case have graciously agreed to simply waive that issue. They don't want to make it an issue. I think that also needs to be part of the record, the fact that that 60-day requirement was waived.
This is that form here that Matthew passed out before the court meeting. A motion to approve the waiver of the 60-day requirement.
So moved.
Motion's been made by Sam Hutchins, second by Jeff Lear. All approved, say aye. Aye. Disapprove? The motion will carry.
Thank you. We'll introduce that. Now finally, so you have the evidence before you. Now the question becomes whether or not there needs to be a zoning map amendment. To do that, fiscal court must find either way, okay, that the existing zoning classification given to the property is inappropriate and that the proposed zoning classification is appropriate, or that there have been major changes of an economic, physical, or social nature within the area involved which were not anticipated in the adopted comprehensive plan and which have substantially altered the basic character of such area. So depending on which way you go, but there need to be findings of fact. You need to specifically say, we found in the record, you know, whatever evidence you're relying on, traffic flow, expert opinions, whatever evidence was adduced at the hearing needs to be a finding of fact that you make, and then based on those findings of fact, you'll make a formal decision regarding the application.
The floor is open for motion.
Well, for me, after reading the entire testimony, one statement that I found that resonated with me, and it kind of, I think, hinges this whole thing, is that and it was made by the planning and zoning director, and it said if it were I-1 property, it would be I-1 property forever, okay? And that's part of the statement that was made, and it's part of the record here. And for me, that kind of brings this whole thing together. So if I could, I'm going to try to make a motion here. And,
Floor is open for a motion.
okay, then I make the motion to approve the zoning map number 2486 based on the testimony and evidence in this transcript that the existing classification given to this property is inappropriate and the proposed zoning classification is appropriate. And my findings of fact are that this property is the former site of the Double Springs Distillery and Bottling Company, which by its nature was an I-1 industry. The subject property does front on the Double Springs Road, which is a 50-foot right-of-way, 18-foot wide paved county road, as are many in this county. And according to the statement made in the public record, that if this property was I-1 at the time, even though planning and zoning was not in existence, it was still I-1, that it still should be I-1 today.
Okay.
That would be my motion.
Motion's been made by Magistrate Sam Hutchins. Is there a second to that motion?
I'll second that motion.
I second the motion. Any further discussion? No further discussion. All approved, say aye. Disapprove? No. Motion carries. Magistrate Lear, no. The rest of them were yes. Okay. We'll have a second reading and adoption, Matthew, at probably the July 5th meeting? Okay.
Well,
Because of the-
yeah, the advertising, let's look at that.
Do you need this motion?
You might want to make her a copy.
Okay.
All right, so there would be 7. So if we heard it on July 5th, I don't think there would be enough time, Judge.
Okay.
July 5th, so it's got to be no more than 20, less than 7. And if we advertise it this, well, yeah, we could get it in this
I
Sunday.
think you could.
Yeah, we could get it in this Sunday.
Friday or Sunday.
Right, okay, sure.
Just, that's up to you, it doesn't matter either way. I was just trying to let the folks know when we would have a second reading. The 5th, you'll at July the 5th, if there's any different, I'll let the public know. Okay. Okay. And that leads to the next item on the agenda. The July meetings will be July 5 because July 4th is court day. Unless y'all want to come up and have a little fun.
Change that.
And of course, I've already sent you guys, and everybody seems to be able to be here. And that will be considered a special meeting, and we will outline all the agenda items appropriately. And we will have a special meeting next Tuesday to finish the end of the year stuff, a second reading on the budget amendment that needs to be had to be advertised properly, and some other. Usually, we'll meet sometime the last Tuesday of the year to get rid of some regular business. We haven't had to do it every year, but we've had to do it several times. Anybody have a problem with that?
If we have a particular item, do we need to identify?
You need to give it to me, yeah, at least 24 hours in advance of the meeting. But I expected Friday.
And we can only discuss items advertised, correct?
Only on the agenda. And I'll make it as broad as I can.
Okay.
Keep the media happy. Special meeting, I did announce that. That's at 9 a.m. Next would be on the agenda, insurance renewals. There's some good news and some bad news. The good news is our workman's comp went down. Our liability went up a little bit, but we've had a kind of a catastrophe of a year with wrecks. I'm not looking at anybody in particular. But the total package is $447,963. This is just a renewal with the existing company. It's KEMI for your workman's comp and USI for your general liability. In motion to approve. Is there a second to that motion? Second by Jeff. Discussion?
Yeah, but how does that fit within the existing budget that we have?
The existing budget, we're all well good. Oh, well, yeah. We actually budgeted 20% increase on I know on general liability, what was working? 10 on both, okay. Initially, we looked at 20.
We're down 17,000.
But 20 is the health department, health, and that's coming up next court meeting.
Excuse me, who made that motion? Sorry.
Motion was made by Bernard Ice and second by Jeff Lear. I'm sorry, you.
Yeah, I didn't get that.
Did we vote on that?
Go ahead and vote.
We haven't voted. All approved, say aye. Aye. Disapprove? A motion will carry. I do get my little self a little twisted there. EMS report, Joe?
Nothing to report there.
Good. Jail report? None good? All good? No?
It was fine, but first off, I'd like to move a part-time to a full-time position. I had a full-time give a 2-week notice Friday, called yesterday, said she would not be back. And that would be Mary Nancy Smith, starting immediately, full-time. And then the other one is Michael Todd Stratton to start full-time on July the 1st.
Okay.
And he'll be taking Joey Clark's position that's been open for a while.
Okay.
So I'd like to have fiscal.
Just for matter of record.
Yes, to
For the
approve.
promotions. Motion to approve Dorcas's recommendation by Terry Hine, second by Jeff Lear. All approved, say aye. Aye. Disapprove? Motion will carry.
Okay, today we have a total of 151 inmates. We have 5 in Hardin County. We have 1 on home incarceration. We have 48 state inmates. We have 5 serving weekends, so we have an in-house total of 140 inmates. For May, on our controlled intake, we average 25 inmates a day. Our Class Ds, we average 21. Nelson County inmates, we averaged 116 a day, so that gave us a daily total of 162 for May. The new arrest for May was males 169, females 68. That was a total of 237. The releases, we had 172 males, we had 64 females, we had 236 as a total. Now, in district court that have been sentenced, we have 6. We also have 5 that are sentenced to weekends out of district. We have 21 waiting for court. We have 1 on home incarceration. And most of those 21 are probably going to be circuit court when they're done at the district. On the state side, we have 23 controlled intake, 25 Class Ds. We have 6 of those are performing community service. We have 2 on work release. We have 2 that are in out of circuit sentenced to jail time. We have 1 that is sentenced out of drug court. So in circuit court, we have 60 that's waiting to go to court. So we have a total of 81 that has not been sentenced. On our state inmates, we're trying to find beds, and they're just not there.
I understand. You've done a good job all year.
That's all I have to report.
Thank you. Landfill solid waste report?
The engine for the high lift, it was supposed to be delivered 2 weeks ago, but it got pushed back. It should be here in the U.S., delivered from France, should be Friday. So Jim Wattis will get back in touch with us at the end of the week just to verify that, and then give us a time frame, a week or 2 to get that installed. But they are giving us a rental in the meantime.
Yep, is that the machine down there?
It's in Louisville.
In Louisville.
Yep. We did have compactor bids. We had opened those up yesterday. I sent that out yesterday. Does anybody need a copy of that? These are used pieces of equipment, so I'd like to take a week to review and look at our options to see what our best fit moving forward is, and then maybe discuss that next week.
I'll try to put that on our special agenda meeting for review. And just bear in mind, court, under our procurement policy, under 430.0, procedures to use when negotiating procurement. Negotiated procurements can be used under the following circumstances: when all bids exceed the budgeted amount, or the amount budgeted for this. We really, we set ourselves a target of about $200,000, but there's really none of the machines, unless those 2 that do, that we've never heard of that brand. But we can also negotiate, is what I'm trying to say.
How much
Since we've gone through the formal procedure.
Million?
$600,000.
$600,000 or $700,000?
Yeah,
You're kidding.
that's about like a a bulldozer.
What's hiring a bulldozer?
You guys, have you ever seen one of these machines?
A D8
Cleats
is
on it.
about
See,
a
you
Yeah,
just
we want to buy a D8.
See, you just want $400,000.
What's-
2010.
What is the brand name that, there's so much
Which one? are you talking
This
about?
is cheap.
cheaper ones?
It's called a Rex. We used to run Rexes, Jeff.
Yeah.
The Rexes are, they look like a tricycle setup. You know, they got 2 wider tires on the back and 2 in the middle. What we had an issue with the Rexes in the past was their setup, they have very weak axles, planetaries, and sun gears. And what we found was about every 4 to 5 months, we break an axle or a planetary sun gear. That's like $10,000 every time you do it. Not to mention, you gotta go fish those gears out. For some reason, the Caterpillar design seems to work better. I don't know why. It just, it
About
does.
3 or 4 of them laying around.
I don't disagree. It's just, those other ones break axles a lot.
Yeah, they're really proud of those things. According to that. How much will insurance cover on this deal?
A claim's been made, but be seen.
This is the third one we've had.
A claim has been made, but be seen what they'll send an investigator out.
I can't get, you are correct, the third one? The time frame. When was the last one, Dean?
What's that?
About
Yes,
3
the time
years.
frame. How long ago was the other one caught fire?
We caught fire, it's been about 2.5 years ago, probably.
Okay, I don't remember the time frame.
But 3 fires in the last 3 years.
Is trash or something getting up underneath them and then, you know?
Trash gets all up in them,
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
everywhere.
And I guess when you had a hydraulic leak, maybe because it's so hot, because they run it in the heat, plus running the machine, would that have
Probably.
ever ruled what is exactly caused it to catch on fire?
Last time they did not tell us. I welcome them to come down and help us.
They're gonna come down, I think
want them
Thursday, to look
come.
at it.
I want them to give us
Latest
some
Thursday.
direction.
This was when the hydraulic hose ruptured, is when it just went away, when it exploded in place.
You have about 2 minutes to get it out,
Yeah.
and we didn't get it
Seen all the
out.
fire extinguishers.
Ran out.
Yeah.
Excellent job getting it out of the trash.
Yeah, he did back it out of the trash, so the trash did ignite, he backed it out,
The
and then it
$200,000
started smoking, and then something started popping, and then flames.
$200,000 is a big expense, but would be nearly the
But-
headache and trouble you're dealing with the garbage.
And nobody got hurt.
What,
You see what I'm saying?
what I think we should do is contact some other landfills and see what they're done that we can do better. And do it better.
Maybe
Period.
have 4 hours, blow it out.
I don't know, gotta do something better.
Something, yeah.
Okay, we'll give it up to you guys.
Or something, yeah.
Yeah. One last thing, roll-off box has been very busy. We've had a waiting list with those. I priced roll-off boxes from 3 companies. I would like to purchase a few of those to keep up with the demand. And those things, we are getting rent for them. We're getting $2 a day per box. And then each box, depending on size, we're getting, every time we turn it, anywhere from $3.30 for a 30-yarder to $2.50 for a 20-yarder. So over time, it will be
How much are you getting
beneficial.
that?
$2 a day
$2.
to rent them, and then plus we get,
Yeah, that's set by ordinance too. We can't
Yeah.
change that. You would have to change your ordinance to change
But
that.
you understand the reason why we did put a fee on it, start with, keep people from just sit for 6
Yeah.
months and not call.
Yeah, but it also helps the builders, yeah.
I've seen boxes from out of town,
There's a lot.
you know.
that's
right
one.
now.
People are calling, or asking if we have them, sometimes we're out, and they're asking for competitors, and I don't like to.
But we haven't bought any boxes in
We
a
haven't bought
while.
boxes for a while.
And let me ask you, do they have these boxes on stock, in stock?
Some of these places do.
Gregory, the low bidder, does he have it in stock?
He has, let's see, he has some 20s and 30s. I think he has to deal with 1 or 2, but it might take a week or 2 to get, maybe 2 weeks.
It'd be nice if we could get them by the end of the year and charge them against this year's fiscal dollars.
I can
Or at least
We'll
get,
work to that.
at least get a bill from him on it.
Yeah.
Please,
You can pay them.
in advances.
No, don't pay them, just maybe write the check out, don't pay them till it gets
Yeah,
there.
we'll handle that internally. But I would recommend, because it's been a while since we bought some containers. We have about 120 out, maybe?
106.
106? Yeah.
You wanna buy how many?
I'd like to buy 2 20s, a 30, and 2 40s.
5
5 total.
I have heard complaints from people that they can't get a box, no.
I'd like to buy at least that many.
The hailstorm hasn't,
Hailstorm got, everybody's got them.
Yeah.
it's busy.
Motion, I would entertain, recommend that we do buy the boxes from Gregory Container.
I make a motion, go ahead.
Thank you, Jerry. Second by Jeff Lear. Any further discussion?
Is plenty of money in the budget for this?
Yes, for this fiscal year. All approved, say aye. Disapprove, motion carries. There's about $40,000-$50,000 left in that account. If you really, I mean, just because it's there, doesn't mean we have to spend it, right, Jeff?
I don't have to, but if we're gonna spend, we better have it, ain't we?
Yes. I checked that before it came to court.
One
Okay.
last thing, our dirt hauling project's going very good. He's been averaging, besides the past couple of days we had rain out, it's averaging 30 loads a day. So it's been pretty good. It's been a big help.
Think about that 30 times 30 yards, that's 900 yards a day.
That's a lot of dirt.
That's a lot of dirt.
And then dirt, when they dig it up, is it clodded up dirt, or is it dirt that's workable to when they dump it over there?
Some of it's clodded up. We have, Eddie, we have a dozer on our side to push it, so it is. It's
Yeah, you
working
gotta
out
work
real
a little
good.
bit. You gotta work, so.
Goes to space good. Road Department report.
All right, let's deal with, you want to do these paving lists first?
Yes.
Okay, let's do number 2. Sam, you need to make the motion because you discussed something with me this morning. I'll let you.
Well, I changed.
We had a good long talk.
A long talk.
You got a copy?
Yeah.
I got copies for you. I got copies for you.
Did you give her?
I didn't pass them out because I want to make sure everybody was still on board with the list before I pass them out.
Then you did to me, didn't you?
Yeah.
Oh, let's take that off.
No, I'm great.
Yeah, but, okay.
Yeah.
You were hitting on it.
I'm not as greedy.
I didn't want to say it that way. so- There's your-
I'm
you
good.
got a copy.
I'm okay.
I didn't want to say it greedy. He's got a big hand. That's the updated list. Okay. Media.
I gave
What'd you take off? I was gonna take off Laurel Drive, but I'm gonna go ahead and put it in there.
Okay. We have, for District Number 2, we have the list, Power Shop Road, Ed Powell.
Ed Powell is just the widening.
Is the widening
I'll
project.
make that clear.
It's in there.
Winding on.
Marks Lane, Poplar Wood, Cane Run Loop, and Laurel Drive, Maywood. Total of 174, 201, 42. Entertain a motion to approve.
I will make that motion.
Motion's been made by Sam Hutchins, second by Bernard Ice. All approved, say aye. Disapprove? Motion carries.
That was a slow grumble there.
I think that was yes.
But I do have, out of my second district monies, some left over from last year plus this year's budget to the tune of 156. So the balance for Laurel would come from
Discretionary.
discretionary funds.
I got you covered.
Okay.
Don't worry, we're on our toes this day and time.
And we've already let Tom Greer, correct?
Tom Greer's already, appeals already been sent.
Good deal.
Okay, next would be District Number 4, Jeff Lear's district.
We're done theirs today?
Are you on Pat? Wait, you
Yeah, I'd
want?
like to wait.
You were gone then. Okay.
Yeah.
Next, so just for the media, make sure you hang on to that for next, maybe the next court meeting. Or
You
next.
didn't give me Jerry's.
I try to give you a list.
Oh, my bad.
Try to give you all 3 of them. And for District Number 5, Jerry, this is campground. Holt Ridge, a balance. Some of them we're doing with some flex funds, and we're doing some extra. Murphy Lane.
Okay.
The total of 165,705. Motion to approve. Thank you, Jerry. Second by Jeff Lear. All approved, say aye. Disapprove. Motion carries. Get those ready to go. Thank you, fellas. Now, the rest of your report, Brad.
The only other question, have we, flex funds, have they been released yet?
I have not got the signed contract back yet.
Okay.
So you can't turn them loose until you get
Gotta
that.
get the signed contract. Sometimes it doesn't have years past. It didn't work out too good.
I want to give my report to Kroger Goody. We're done all the rounds of mowing. Keith, we only had 2 roads left in your district, and then we're rolling over into Bernard's district.
Power washing your building.
Power washing buildings. That will take probably 2 weeks or so. There it is. Continued boom mow, District 5, we got 2 lanes left, Hope Ridge, Cornish Lane, rolling over into Samstown.
That makes my 5 roads, right? Okay.
We are also doing work on, let's see here, you got a few more than 5 in, but we're in the area yet, we're taking care of it.
Okay.
So, it is what it is.
But I done like I was told, I done just turned in 5 roads.
We're in the area, so we went on and got, Murray's Run needed some more, Wilkerson we got, Cornish Lane we put on top of it. We're gonna swing through and get some of Murphy as we come back through to River Road. That's where we're headed when we come back through, so. Had to repair a water gap on Hibbs Lane, clear some trees at the radio tower for Joe, had some other tree work out on Ritchie Lane, and Salt River's doing some stuff with us on Crenshaw and Balltown Park today, actually. Moved a scoreboard from Dean Watts Park down to Culvertown. Repaired Hudson Drive burner. I don't know if you've been out to see that or yet, but I'll send you some pictures of it. Hudson Drive was almost very similar, Jeff, to your project. Softened, subgrade, had to dig down.
No one had seen, you put the riprap on one side of it and then on out at the end of it.
Right, and it's,
And you patched the 3 or 4 foot.
right, and then eventually burner, well, I have to get with him as far as, we'll have to patch over top of that.
She lived in the first year before, yeah.
Cut a ditch where the recreational department at the soccer field needed. They kept getting some excess water off of it and sent the guys out there for a day or 2 on that. Bunch of pipes. We're getting to where tomorrow we're starting on Ed Powell Road. I told Sam that on that widening project.
You get that bucket we talked about too?
Well, actually, the guys didn't realize our bucket was the exact size I needed. They originally told me it was 30 inches, and I went and measured it. It's not. It's 24.
Okay.
So it will work. What Dean's are talking about, we're going to widen that road exactly 2 feet on each side. There's so many houses in that area. Typically, how we do it is we take your grader, we cut 2 foot out. There's a little gadget we put on it. Problem with that is you roll the dirt up on the asphalt, but there ain't one way to clean it, and that's our broom. And I don't want 30 different phone calls from neighbors.
That's worse for cars.
Yeah, or houses. Yeah, and I'm too short to be washing houses, so we're gonna dig it out and go straight into the dump trucks with it.
That's Sam worse.
It'll rain.
And that's it really, guys. I mean, as far as projects, whatnot, Jeff, we got you taken care of out on, Cherrywood and whatnot. Yeah, it's got 1 or 2 little spots that's barely holding water, but man, that's the best we can do. It is very flat in that area. So, a lot better than what they had, just not perfect, but.
Some parts of the county, just so you know, I was in Bloomfield yesterday, they recorded 4 inches of water
Yeah.
Sunday.
4 inches of rain, 4 inches of rain.
Yeah, it went over that road all the way down to 62.
Oh, yeah.
The pictures on
If you go to Bloomfield, the fences, on that flat spot through there, they got probably 2 or 3 feet high or better. All the debris wrapped around the wire. Pretty interesting. And that's part of the road they're talking about redoing for some safety reasons. Anything else, Brad? That's it? Okay.
Thanks to all that moved the scoreboard. They're having their games and it's working fine.
Is it good working?
It is.
So you guys
Hours
are
of miracle worker.
We've done that for other folks where we helped them put the scoreboard up, but we don't mess with the scoreboard. We're not scoreboard experts. We lift them up, put them up, but I will tend to leave, we do that for the recreation department, the baseball folks. So when people ever complain about a scoreboard not working, we don't get involved in it. We get electricity to the scoreboard itself, but we don't hook them up. It's just, and we're not experts in that.
How did Rick report?
The only thing, like Brad said, the road department, thanks to them, they came out and helped me move that scoreboard about, was it 2 weeks ago or a week and a half ago? And then in the week last week, we cut some ditch lines and kind of did some ditch work around the new soccer field. Scott ordered landscaping, almost done with that new field. Looks really good. Just got a little area that to address that's a little low, holds some water, but turned out really nice. Got put to good use on Sunday, that ditch line did, so it worked out well. But besides that, everything going normal.
Yeah. Old new business court, anybody have anything to bring it? Just remember about the special meeting next Tuesday. You'll get reminders this week and early next week as far as it goes. Anybody else in the audience have anything to report? Otherwise, motion to adjourn? Motion been made by Bernard Ice, second by Jeff Lear. All approved, say aye. Aye. Disapproved?
He's even slow on the adjournment, contrary today, isn't he?
I'm gonna work on
That's a
it.
slow, yeah.
Things I need to get done.